tunes. I didn't even know I still had a ringtone, to be totally frank with you. It's always on vibrate. And the other day I had it not on vibrate and it rang and I had no idea who the hell's phone it was. So if you're one of those people that doesn't put on vibrate, please silence your phone right now. But without further ado, guys, let's get started. Thank you for coming in. We're going to have a jam-packed meeting today. Summer walked around. We just want to take a moment and recognize the gratitude and the hard work that all of the mothers and mother figures in people's lives that do to care for us throughout the year. You know, I know it can be a happy holiday and it can be something that brings up a lot of other feelings too, if mothers pass or infertility and things like that. So I just want to take a moment to recognize the fact that we can be joyous and also recognize the hard and heaviness that some people can feel with this holiday too as well. So whether you're a mother or your mother figure, or if you just really love flowers, please go back and take a flower from Summer, because again, we love and appreciate all of you, no matter what role you play in somebody's life, children or not children. Today is a day to stop and to celebrate. And hopefully you guys did that over the weekends with your loved ones. So thank you very much. And thanks, Summer and Doug. Those are cute. Thanks for putting those together, guys. All right, Red Day. Can you believe it? I feel like we've been talking about it for several months now, and surprise, surprise, it's finally here. Like the calendar, it just keeps moving on, just like life. So this Thursday is our Red Day. The office will be closed. This is one of my favorite parts of Keller Williams, is that we honor the specialty of giving back to our community. So the office will, if you guys need to get in and out, use your key fob. But I hope to see most of you guys at our Red Day celebration. We had a huge turnout so far of people saying they want to go. So I know we're really excited as a group, as in a team. So as a friendly reminder, times and emails are going to be going out today with Summer's been sending great parking and like where to get to the spot if you guys are coming to volunteer the day of. But just a reminder, wear your Red Day shirt. Don't forget it that day. Make sure it's washed and ready, right to go. But beyond that, like I said, if you volunteer to go, just keep an eye out for email, and we're going to give you some more detailed times kind of as we go. But we're all pumped and excited. We have all the little things put into works and everything just kind of showed up. So thank you guys. If you donated an in-kind donation, so if you signed up to bring water, coffee, or like cookies or things like that on the list, please make sure you bring those in before, so that way we don't have to, wait for you to bring them in the day of, right? So bring them in no later than tomorrow, right, Dougie? Tomorrow afternoon? Yeah, so that way we know if we're missing anything, okay? But let us know or call Dougie if you need any help, okay? Awesome. So next up, this is just a reminder of how to sign up. Again, it's still not too late. If your plans change, you want to go, let us know. We'll help get you there. Okay, scam alert. Who got a really fun email from me in the last couple days? Okay, cool. Well, guess what? It wasn't from me. Do you know why it wasn't from me? Because it was a scam. It also was not from my Halley at KW.com email. It was like random Susie Joe 562 real estate, Halley Hardy, right? Like not my email. So this happens from time to time in all real estate offices because all of our information is public, and it might be an email or it might be a text, and it might say Halley or it might say Many or it might say Simon. When you respond to these messages, what happens? What do they do? They want you to go buy gift cards. So this is a conversation. Oh my gosh, Alice, I can't talk right now, but I have a really big favor for you. And Alice is like, oh, of course, I want to help Hallie. Thank you. Sure, Hallie, what's up? Alice, drop everything you're doing. Run to the nearest gas station. Get me an eBay gift card. Scratch off the back of it. Send me a picture. No worries, the office is going to reimburse you.
Sounds like a great idea.
It sounds like a great idea, right? Well, the sad thing is we all joke about it, but it unfortunately was successful before in the past, which is why they keep trying to do it, okay? So just bring it to your attention again. If you guys get a funny email, a text, or something, I will never, nor will Many, nor will Simon on the staff, ever ask you to run and get gift cards, because I have Summer and Doug to do that, okay? Our lovelies, right? But when in doubt, call us, call the office, reach out to us, reach out to Summer, reach out to one of us, because we can all let you know, right? So thank you guys all that did respond and let me know about the email. But again, just keep your eye out for that stuff, because scams are happening. I just got one yesterday. I contacted Mike because the email said it looked super legit. It said First American Title, closing disclosure, property, blah, 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 case number, this and this. Here is their updated sheet. Please send this to the client. And I'm thinking, what is this? What is this? We look it up. Address isn't listed. Obviously, we have no properties in this sense. And had I forwarded it to a client, or had I sent it to somebody who I thought maybe was tied to their transaction, it would have been a scam, right? So just keep your eyes open, be super diligent. Email scams are hard and fast right now, and they look very deceiving. They look very deceiving. Yeah, please do. Please do.
Right now, that's the newest trend of how they try to scam, basically. And you get an email from whatever, and the email looks legit. It's from Alexander Grant, and the email is Alex Grant, 187 at Gmail. Okay, that makes sense. Google search. I always Google search if I don't know the person. There is a person like that, basically, somewhere out there. And they say, I saw a listing on what have you, right? And then you respond, thanks for reaching out. Sure, how can I help? And then they ask you to meet with them, but they don't have time, or don't have this or that. Maybe they're out of the country or out in space or whatever, and they can only meet with you via Zoom, or in most cases, it's Google Meet. And then once you're there, at some point, you're going to get a very specific link from them that you're supposed to click on, and it's going to take your life away. I know, because one of our agents in different office happened to her, unfortunately, and they took all of her life savings. And it was a 6-digit bank account. Now she's working to rebuild her life savings. She'll do it, but
you're good.
Story. So if it looks like really amazing, and yeah, that makes sense. Yes. Right.
Nail on the head.
Too easy. Yeah. Too easy. But the point is, use your common sense.
Yeah.
When it comes to the person's availability, accessibility, what have you, and always confirm who's on the other side, right? Even in this office, people sold properties that it wasn't really belong to a person, but it's a common thing. It happens. So we just have to make the extra effort, because they're getting more and more sophisticated, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We have to deal with this.
Thanks, Manny. Janet gave us some good tips. I'll take that because I can pass around. Janet gave us some good tips when she presented at the team meeting. And one of the things was just insisting that you use your own Zoom link, because that's a part of how they scam you. They say, your Zoom link is not working. Here, use mine. And then they'll send their Zoom link. Does that make sense? So that's where you guys can respectfully go back and say, oh, no worries. Let me help you troubleshoot it. Give me a call, right? It's those things, holding their feet to the fire a little bit is what'll kind of flush it out, right? Yeah, Kelly?
Scam happened to me, and the only reason I got out alive is that the Zoom link didn't work. It seemed so legit, and they were patient. I mean, this was a conversation that was over the course of 2 weeks, and then we finally set a day and a time to have the meeting, and then they sent the link, and it didn't work.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
I would never have known. I hadn't heard Janet share, and so another thing is there's not always that urgency, oh, we have to do it right now. I mean, they courted me for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
While I was abroad.
Yeah. I mean, it's a scary world we're living in. The more technology and AI advances, the more that's going to become more natural. And they're going to get more sophisticated about that process, which means we in turn have to just question everything and be really diligent. Tim?
So, how did they drain their bank account? Was it a virus, or what happened?
They want her to use a link, something.
Yeah.
And she clicked on it, and they somehow had, into her system. It could be 5,000 different ways to do it. It's not that easy. Once you let them in,
Right.
they know what to do.
Yeah.
If I was was Kelly, I would right now take my computer to the Genius.
That's the thing I'm thinking, like that might still be on your computer.
Why? Because they might live in your space for even 6 months, and they tomorrow you're gonna send email on your behalf, looks exactly like you, and you would know about it, right? And those things happened before too. Worse stuff. I mean, $600,000 that you just lost, it's still not 2 million or 5 million or 10 million that someone wired right now for your new home, and that was stolen too. It happens all the time, unfortunately.
I think there might be, and I know that this is foolish of me to rely on this, but I think it might be more successful with PCs, and I have a Mac.
No,
That's.
I was just gonna say,
No,
I have a Mac and I got a Punch Bowl invite and I clicked on the link. It did not work, but they still infiltrated my email and started taking all my email and putting it in trash so I couldn't see it. And what they were doing was taking the trash and using it to get my other password, like to sign into other things. So you may not think they got something when the link didn't work, but they did. I had to go in and change all my passwords to everything I own. From Instagram to bank accounts to simple little things. You just don't know what they did.
Just be cautious, everyone. Thank you.
And then another thing, I know there's a small stuff, but like I always think about the stuff.
Yeah.
I deal with it on regular basis. But if you, I don't know about Androids. I know that iPhone, that's how it works. So if, for example, if you are, if you're accessing your email on your phone, and there's a link of some kind, like, I don't know, it doesn't smell, good, like Penny mentioned, then I just click on it and I hold it and it shows me, and I let it go and show me a preview of what this thing is. And like, okay, this is in my new, that's legit, great. If it's gonna show me like a funky thing that has nothing to do with what have you, I know not to really fully open it. Does that make sense?
So you
And
can hold it without fully opening it?
Correct, it's like a preview, but it doesn't really opening the,
An
so,
iPhone.
yeah, so you can try it on your stuff. It's small stuff that kind of, I wouldn't do it on my computer. So if I see something strange, I'll go on my second and do it just to double check that, someone can go happy to my stuff. Jersey. Oh no, you good?
I keep getting emails from you about free burgers every month or.
That is not spam. Good question. Not a scam.
So those are real stuff, by the way.
Real stuff, by the way.
But I would say a lot of people actually send me a screenshot, or whatever. Is this you or so? Ask.
Ask, yeah.
It's better to ask than just to guess. So, but those are real stuff, man. So enjoy the pizza.
Betty, I think this is a good conversation. Maybe we need to have a class around it and bring someone in to talk about like password, protective, things like that. Like, would you guys like that if we put something on that maybe was a little bit more advanced of how to protect you and your business? Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll put that together. Awesome. Again, be aware, share. If you're not sure, reach out to us. Okay, so there's no video here, Doug, but we'll show it. That's okay. We'll show it the next week here. The only reason I say, because the video was so fun, it's going to put into visual what I lack to put into words. Let me put that. Every year we participate in an annual softball tournament. This tournament is held in Palos Verdes and is held by the board of realtors over there. And it is a office brand versus brand tournament. So if you can imagine how rowdy it gets with Go Team KW, Compass, Remax, Real, etc. It is a blast of a day. I cannot undersell it enough. So we wanted to bring this to you guys because every year we love to invite you to participate because there's multiple ways to get involved with a super fun day that's happening in June 12th. One of the ways you can do is actually play. If you're sports inclined and you're great at softball, guy, girl, doesn't matter. We would love to have you. When I mean great at softball, I mean, can you hit and can you run? That's about all you need to be able to do, right, to participate. If you, like me, maybe has one or too many sports injuries and not able to play, don't worry because you can come and be a part of the cheer squad. So I know Drake was there last year for the first time and was a part of the cheer squad. Drake, do you want to share a little bit more about your experience that day? Yeah, we do try to be the loudest, cheeriest group. Anyways, the tournament happens all day. It's a lot of fun. We have food, we have drinks. It's a good day to commune and just go rah, rah team. We have a blast. If you guys want to play, let us know right away because they do have some practices. I know it says tryouts. It's not really tryouts. It's just you have to show up to the practices themselves. So they can help place people to positions. If you show the day of to play, you're not going to be able to play because they haven't already pre-given you the position, right, to work with the team. So if you guys want to participate in the actual game, let us know ASAP and we'll get you in touch with the guy who is the team captain. If you want to just be the cheer squad, let Dougie know or Summer know and we'll put you down on the list. And like I said, we make fun signs, we do cheers, we have bombs, we have the whole thing. It's a really, really fun day. So if you can, mark your calendar and you guys will have fun. Okay? Thank you. Next up, let's move on. We have some celebrations, some closings. Shout out and round of applause for all of our April closings, you guys, for residentials, teams, and commercials. Solid April. Cool. We have somebody else to celebrate there in the back, Mr. Larry Lawrence. Check. Come on up here, Larry. So Larry, how long have you been in the business? A long time, he says. I'm going to be his translator. 29 years. 29 years. Larry moved here from New Jersey and hit the ground running and started growing his business here. So we're really excited to celebrate him today. Larry, what do you have for the group that to help motivate them?
It's so different now than it was 29 years ago. Seriously, I started with a recipe card file plastic box that I would carry with me everywhere with index cards, A through Z, January through February, and it was a tickler file back and forth. And it was just amazing how we did it. We had Thomas maps, Thomas guides. And one of my biggest technology moments was in Huntington Valley, Pennsylvania. I had an appointment at 6 o'clock. It was about 6:10 and I was lost. So no cell phones. I had to go to a payphone and I called the client and she yelled at me because I didn't have a cell phone because they just came out. And so that was my aha moment that if I'm going to go to the next level, I need to get a cell phone. So I had an injury last year. I was out of work for almost an entire year. It was very, very difficult. And then I started getting better again late last year. And he said to me, I'm so worried. He's like, you know what, Larry, it's 90 days. It's 90 days. It's going to happen in 90 days. And just whatever you do now, it's going to show up in 90 days. And sure enough, it did. And so the technology and the reason for that phone story is that now technology is so important, especially with AI. And I just did an oceanfront in Long Beach on the peninsula. And if it wasn't for AI, I don't think I would have gotten over the finish line. And if you guys want to stay around for 10 minutes afterwards, I'll give you details of how that worked. And I've had some great coaches, I've had some great personal assistants, but they don't compare to what's today. It's fascinating. Look at Mike shaking his head because he knows. So for $20 a month on ChatGPT, $20 a month on Claude, they're your best friend. But you've got to check and double check legal disclaimers and everything, but it worked. So embrace it.
Round of applause for Larry, you guys. Congratulations, my friend. Let's take a quick picture.
One, two, three.
Great minds think alike. Thanks, guys. Congrats, Larry. Congratulations. All right, so I know we kind of teaser announced this. Some of you guys who have put listings on the market in the last week have probably gotten an email about our new Adam, which is our agent marketing system. But we wanted to share with you guys a few extra details. One being we invited on our special guest, Sheila, who is a part of the behind the scenes part of Adam. So Sheila, if you want to go ahead and unmute yourself, and Doug will highlight you and share with us more about this tool.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can. Thanks, Sheila.
Okay, perfect. Is it okay if I share my screen?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. As she said, I am with Branco, and we have been working with Keller Williams Market Centers for almost 20 years, if not more. And we now have this program that we call ADAM, Agent Digital Automated Marketing. Automated Digital Agent Marketing. Sorry about that. It's ADAM. We could just call it ADAM for short. And
Hey, Sheila, I'm going to stop you real quick. Can you please zoom in? It's really, really zoomed out on
yes,
your when you go to
yep,
show the product. Yeah, please
yep,
zoom in on the email.
not a
Thanks.
problem. So with ADAM, it is going to scrub the MLS about every 10 minutes. And so when you put in your listing, 10 minutes later, you should get an email that looks very similar to this. Particular things, you were just talking about fraud and malicious emails. This one is going to be coming from KW Coastal Properties. So I'm going to go ahead and click back. And so it's going to look just like this in your email. So it will say Keller Williams Coastal Properties on the top. You'll also see like a front desk and closing tracker so that you know it's a legit email. Now, you're going to get a new email packet for every phase of that listing. So just listed, any price changes, open houses, pending, and eventually closed. You're going to get a new set of assets. And when I say assets, you're going to love this. It's pulling everything directly from the MLS. And all you have to do is look at it, make sure that everything is on there the way you want it to be, and download it or take it to print. So from this email, all you have to do is see all graphics, and it's going to log you into essentially your own ADAM account. There's no login to remember, no website. You get there just from that email. The first thing that's going to pop up is your profile. And once you edit the profile, it will be saved from then on. So if you want to update your headshot and you want to make sure that it's a high resolution photo, especially if you're doing any of the print items with us. So then the phone number, this one I always take a look at and I'm like, oh, that's not set up correctly. So you want to make sure that you set it up with the dots and the dashes and all of that. If you have a team name or website, you can go ahead and add those. Any titles or designations that you have, you can add that. And then this one is a great spot. If you're a rainmaker and you have somebody else who's doing your marketing for you, you have a VA or a marketing company, you can put their email in here and they will get the same emails that you get. Then on here, you can also put your own team logo if you have one. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save since I changed his phone number. All right. So when this is essentially Richard's ADAM dashboard, we can go ahead and click up here. If he had multiple listings, since you guys have gone live, they would be available here in a drop down that he'd be able to play between the different listings and make marketing assets for them. But let's go ahead and take a look. One of the first things you're going to do is go ahead and get them on social media. So we're going to go ahead and show you how easy it is to edit them. So these are all in Coastal, the Coastal theme, and I'll explain to you later how you can change that theme. But this is a coming soon. Let me move this. Sorry. I don't want to do a coming soon. I want to do a just listed. So this coming soon doesn't pull the pricing. So just listed. And do I need to make it bigger? Let's make it bigger. Okay. So this is all pulled directly from the MLS. This template's ready. It's set up design-wise. It pulled the address, the list price, the number of bedrooms, baths, square footage, and then it pulled like the first little blurb, you might say, from the MLS. This is a design program, so you can edit it, change it, add elements. Over here. You will see where you can add text, images, background, and shapes. But we hope that the template is clean enough and set up where you don't have to do a lot, because we want to make it easy on you. So if this all looks like you want it to look, I forgot one of the best features. You're not having to download and upload and all of that, all the different photos. All of the photos that are on the MLS are on these assets already. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick one to replace that photo, and boom, it's got it all here. So there's no need to update, download, upload. It's got all of his contact information here. And this is now ready to click here to download, and he can post it on social media. Now, that's the digital asset. And then we also have the postcards, flyers, door hangers. And so let me go ahead and show you how easy it is to send out postcards. I'm not a techie person. And so I'm not a designer, I'm not techie, but I can manipulate and edit this very easily. So there again, it pulled all the listing information. I can change the picture however I want and make sure that the verbiage on here is what I want it to say. Now, if this looks good, I can go ahead and take a look at the back image. And it's got Richard's contact information, and it's got a little saying about looking to buy or sell. Now, the rest of this side is blank because that's where we put the postage and the recipient's information. Now, if this is ready to go, you can easily order postcards simply by clicking order print. Our production time for the postcards is 2 to 3 business days. And then you tell us how fast you want it shipped by the USPS. If you choose standard, the shipping time is 2 to 12 days, or first class is going to be 1 to 5 days. So for 100 postcards to be shipped 1 to 5 days through USPS, it's $95. That is for the printing and the postage. Now,
did you guys hear that? That's the important part.
yes.
Stop. So
Thank you.
it's 95 cents. Well, depending on how many you order, say if you order 100, 95 cents for a postcard and postage for them to mail it out on your behalf. That's a really, really good value. They mail it on your behalf. So it's including mailing. That is a super good value. Yeah. That's like great prices. Just want to share that.
Well, thank you. Good. If you go up more houses, 500 is 445. So that's 89 cents a postcard. And you guys should have samples of our 8 different themes that you can print, and you should be able to like feel the quality of the postage, the postcards, the flyers, and the door hangers. So the postcard is a 5.5 by 8.5 postcard. So it's a nice size postcard that's going to bring some attention to your listing. You can also choose if you want them to go to single family or condos, or you can also upload your own addresses. If you want us to select the addresses based on the radius of the property, on the number of homes that you wanted to go to, we can do that. Or you can upload your own list and send one to yourself. All right. So that is how easy it is to order postcards.
That's great.
And then the flyers, door hangers are all essentially the same way to edit. You just want to make sure that the way it's worded is how you want it to be when it's printed. And that's kind of it.
That's awesome. Thank you,
Yeah.
Sheila. You know, we are passing around in the room, you guys, samples. And again, I was very impressed. I see a lot of marketing samples. I was very impressed with the quality of the print, and that wasn't like a really cheap, thin postcard. But at listing agents, as you're seeing this pop up and you're seeing this email, if you're wanting to utilize the service and you're having a hard time navigating how to change stuff or how to order things, like reach out to Doug or myself. We're happy to help you walk through, especially if it's your first time, and say, hey, let's get everything set up in your profile correctly. But either way, thank you, Sheila. And welcome to the team, Adam. Thank you. Round of
And
applause.
Haley, I'm so sorry. I neglected to say one thing, that if they wanted to change the style, that's also on this same like dashboard. And they can change the style of their templates simply by
Great.
selecting the design that they want, and all of their assets will be updated that easily.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you
Okay.
very much. We appreciate it. All right. Let's
Thanks,
get back
everybody.
to, thanks again, Sheila. Let's get back to our slides here. Oop, I have to share. Hang on one second. Let me share the Zoom here. Hey, Dougie. There we go. Let me make this nice and big now. Present. All right. So moving on, let's bring up our sponsors for a delicious lunch. We had great feedback today from the sandwiches. Thanks, guys. Alice, do you want to introduce yeah, I think. Alice, do you want to introduce us to how you got connected?
Yes, actually, my husband Alan and I were managing all of our own investments, and it was getting rather chaotic. And we ended up going to Nicholas, and he got everything so organized and so beautiful that I'm, half retired now. So I'm really happy.
Thanks, guys. Come on up here. Thank you. Welcome, Nicholas and Casey. All right, guys. This is just for the Zoom, so speak nice and loud and just hold it between the two of you. It's fine.
I'm going to try speaking because I did a lot of public speaking before I did this, and I prefer just projecting. Can everybody hear me okay in back?
Yeah, that's just for the Zoom. So just hold it near you. Yep. Or clip on your lapel.
Oh, for the Zoom.
Yes, you can clip on your lapel. Is fine. You're good. You're good.
All right. So, that's my favorite endorsement I've ever heard of a lot of public speaking. So, Casey Sletton, Nick Servey, Merrill Lynch out of the Seal Beach in Los Angeles office. I have 8 minutes to speak, so I'm going to cover quite a few things very quickly that I think would be of interest. Part of it is about retirement, quick outlook on the markets, a little bit on interest rates, and things that everybody in here probably should be doing, but probably isn't, and really is a big part of kind of getting you ahead. And then we'll hang out afterwards to answer questions. Anything you want to say at the beginning? Then I'm going to run through a whole lot of stuff.
No, I'll let you go.
Okay. All right. So one that is very important, going to the scams, the number one big money scam is with real estates. And I've seen this twice, once with me personally, once in our office. They get those phishing emails and they wait in emails for years for a home closing. And they take the wire instructions, take the letter, and then refill it out. And I'm sure everybody knows, do verbal confirm. A guy I was personally friends with had a client lose a $250,000 payment, came in that day, they were driving, yes, I'm emailing it to you right now. It had been hacked, sent from their email, looked the exact same thing, but they changed the wire account and routing number, right? Or ABA number. That does happen. In my own world, I had somebody call me up. They'd taken a statement and said, hey, I'm using an IRA. I want to take a loan against it. I want to do this. I'm moving it over from Charles Schwab. But it was a lady with a Korean last name, but she had an Islander voice, right? And so I said, okay. And she was, the old school in a hurry to get it done now. I had to keep peeling the onion back, and she was trying to take it, move it in, and it was about 7 months ago. So it is very real. Make sure you do verbals for wire instructions in real estate. I know two people that lost it. And verbal is not good enough of, hey, yeah, I sent it to you. I just sent it to you. Have them read the numbers back to you that they have, because if you're reading it back to them, I cannot stress that enough. So I apologize for that. Number two, if you have clients who are working with stuff, because like my wife's a real estate agent in Irvine, people use crypto and things like that, be aware Coinbase is very hackable. Make sure they have dual authentication. The guy I met the first day I got that haircut was my barber for that picture. He had 90,000 stolen from his crypto account in Coinbase, not like his wallet, where they hacked his email, reset his password, and everything, went in there and it was gone one day. And he called me up. He's like, hey, can you help me? I was like, that's not at Merrill. I can't do anything. You got to call the FBI. Called the FBI. It's gone. So not to scare you, but those things are all very real. And you're in the world of big money, big transactions when they're trying to execute those scams. Cannot be more important. All right. So that's my first unit. So we're going to talk quickly about the stock market. Who here pays attention to the stock market? You can nod, raise your hand, right? Very important. It affects buyers. It's actually showing the market's doing well. People want to buy. When it pulls back, they don't. The stock market has gone crazy and been on fire for the last 4 years now. It's up again. the big headline you will see is AI. We just talked about AI impacts every part of all of our lives. It's changing every business. If you don't have kids, I have 2 teenagers, which is why my hair does not look like that anymore. I have a 17-year-old boy and a 15-year-old daughter at university in Irvine. They are teaching them how to use AI, but AI impacts everything we do. A part of that, it is the fastest infrastructure spend we've had. Almost $1 trillion is being spent by the largest companies out there, Apple, Amazon, Google, building data centers. Chips have gone crazy because there's basically unlimited demand for memory chips and AI. Why is that? Because as AI learns, it doesn't replace the old memories with new memories. It keeps building on top of it. It's almost this infinite loop. What does that mean? So the stock market is hitting new highs. It was down today when I came in. But Merrill Lynch, which I agree with, is very bullish on the next 10 years of stocks, right? Technology is making stocks more efficient. It's making margins higher and profits greater. That being said, the balance is replacing jobs, right? If people aren't employed to buy the things that AI is making more efficient, combined with inflation, which is still very real. I'm not taking any political stance, but gas costs are up. Inflation costs keep ticking higher, regardless of who's in charge in the world right now. So we have to balance what we can spend versus how AI is driving us, right? So those are the things you'll see out there. But in the short term, there's always volatility. What I tell clients when I bring them in, the market can drop 10 or 15% at any time, but long-term investing is a rigged game. And the reason I tell people is it's a rigged game because everybody's incentivized. One of the only things in the world, everybody's incentivized long-term to keep stocks going in the same direction, right? And if that's us, actually, I'll just start at the top. The top, who's at the top of the stock pyramid? This is the one part I'll shout out and answer what you think who it might be. Who's at the very top of the stock pyramid in the markets? It's not a trick question. It's the government.
Government.
Yeah,
I was like,
she's like, she knows.
it's the government.
It's the government. And what does the government want? Ultimately, they need tax revenues. They want to make people happy, and they constantly kick the can down the road, right? Meaning we want the stock market going up. Who's putting pressure on the government? The donors. You look at the current White House, again, I'm not taking a political side. The top CEOs in the world are originally paying for the ballroom, doing these different things. They want their stocks to go up because if I'm in charge of Apple, Nick's in charge of Amazon, we have billions of dollars incentivizing us to keep that stock going up. Doesn't mean it can't go down in the short term. So not only will we do everything to run the company correctly, I'm going to try and influence the government in my favor. And the last part, and again, doesn't mean stocks can't go down at some point, even dramatically. Us as the little guy might say, I do not like that they bailed out. Insert company here, Boeing, Bank of America. But I have some investments. I have a 401k. I want to be able to sell real estate. People do that in the market. So when the government steps in to bail out people, if they get in trouble, not that they always do, I'm going to say, yeah, that's okay because it makes the whole world a better place. So long term, everybody's incentivized for stocks to go up. So we want to participate that. Over time, if you're looking over the last 50 years, the average stock market return is about 12%, depending on the time periods, so between 9 and 12. But if you aren't actively investing, we'll be around here. Even you don't have to with us. I want to inspire you to get started, right? Not just Robinhood, but also your SEPs. So here's how I'm going to transition to retirement. The average real estate agent is behind on retirement. I'm not picking on anybody in the room, but some facts. How many deals does the average real estate do a year? Average real estate agent. How many do they do? Anybody guess? 2. We got back here. Pretty close. Anybody else? It's 1. It's typically between 0.8 and 1.5, depending on the years. Believe it or not, it goes up and down years because lots of part-time real estate agents who maybe do 1 or 2 a year will fall off and kind of give up. So the people who remain do too. But the problem is it makes your income very chunky and hard to plan around and save for retirement. So what is the best vehicle typical for real estate agents to save for retirement? What was that? I heard it going. Investment account, close. What type of account? Anybody? Bueller?
Roth?
Roth? Close. No, it's a SEP.
SEP. Yeah.
A SEP IRA.
No.
So if you don't have an accountant, talk to your accountant and get a SEP IRA open. There's different ways depending on if you're structured as a DBA, which is doing business in, S Corp or an LLC. As you grow, and hopefully everybody has great success and great sustainability, typically you want to move more towards LLC. It allows you to put more away and also deduct more and give you some personal liability coverage on the other side of it. But so start a SEP IRA, work with your accountant, and start contributing now wherever you're at. It's never too late to start, right? And it adds up quicker than you think. So favorite quote, I'm going to give you a couple and I'll see if there's any questions. And I had one other thing I'll touch on, is Albert Einstein, right? Smartest man in the universe. Does anybody know what he said the most powerful force in the universe was? Change. I wish we could use that at times. Compound interest. Compound interest, meaning you've seen it in California real estate, right? Like I remember
Yes.
I sold a house in Irvine, new construction. We made some money on it. I thought it was smart. I was like, COVID is going to be real. They're going to cut people in jobs and they're not going to want to hire people back. My wife said, I agree. We got to get out of this house. She found another house that was cheaper. And I was like, I think real estate's going to come down. And she said to me, if we miss out in California, we can't get back in, right? So you have to keep your foot anchored in here. So we bought a house in Turtle Rock in Irvine. It's an old house. Everybody wants to live there. And I shake my head at it. Like, I'm not proud of it. Like the houses are so overpriced there and they're old and they're not like ocean views, but it went up, and the power of that compound interest is the same in the stock market, right? Relative to what you used to. So I want to inspire everybody to get in here, or as we had that great thing, Nick and I can help you get organized and do your financial plan. And last but not least, because I'm in real estate with my wife indirectly, you can also use those investments if you're doing your own investment in real estate and property flipping at different times. An example, what I had to do personally, we had 2 properties going at one point a couple of years ago. They took longer than we thought they would to sell. That happens. And we got under cash crunch. Well, on the Merrill Lynch side, you can use margin against your stocks, which allows you to take cash against them. You can't margin, you can buy directly against more stocks. Where I had to take, I don't have a huge investment portfolio outside of my 401k, but it's not bad. And I said, well, I don't want to sell these, there's capital gain. So we're able to take margin to sustain our cash flow for a couple of months, right? After we sold that, we had some extra cash for a couple of months. Those rates are down, but at that time, CDs, which are FDIC insured, not all investments are, right? Not stocks and things like that, but CDs are, we're paying about 4%. Currently about 3.8%. I have 2 large real estate clients. One I got from the bank, and he didn't want to invest in anything. He said, look, you're sitting in the bank making 0 to 0.1%. 4% at that time, let's call it 3.85 on this guy at almost $1 million. I'm like, that's $40,000 a year just for, meet with me for an half an hour and open up an account. So for yourselves and other clients, don't let cash just sit there, right? You can put it to work. But most importantly, for everybody in here individually, wherever you're at, start saving for retirement. I do believe Social Security will be there, but start saving. A SEP is the best way, and we can help you with that.
That's great.
Any questions? I covered a whole lot, but I think I was like right at
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Round of applause. They're going to stick around. I'll take that from you. They're going to stick around afterwards, you guys. Again, ask questions, be curious. We talk a lot about wealth building in here. That's what we're here for. We're not a nonprofit, right? None of us are. And we need to plan for that one day that maybe we will not work real estate anymore. And we need to make sure that our lives are taken care of. So ask lots of questions. Thank you. All right. Next up, let's celebrate our closings. Congrats, Larry, Titus, Eric, Tammy, Jeff, Tim, Chris. What does that equal? Solid $6,045,790. Okay, let's take a look at our new listings. Grace and Live Distinctively have a new listing on Harco. So speaking of flip, this is one of their flips that they just put on the market. So every detail has been meticulously thought through on this property. So it's beautiful. It's listed for 1.275, 4-bed, 3-bath. That's it. So let's open up the room. Listings to pitch, coming to market, buyer needs. Penny, are you stretching or raising your hand? Okay, great. Penny and then Kelly. I couldn't tell because it was a nice double hand overstretch. Thank you. I didn't know if you were doing the yoga or something, but I liked it.
Okay, so what I'm actually pitching is something that is personal, and it is out of state. I have a beautiful condo. It is on the 14th floor in what we call the Towers building. It is in Cathedral Heights. So you have a beautiful view of the National Cathedral. Looking down, you have the pool and all the grounds. It is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. around about 600 square feet, which is pretty average for the DC area. Included in the rent will be all the utilities, including snow clearing. I will repeat that. It will include snow clearing. My daughter's in it at the moment. She's looking to move out. We're probably going to rent for around about 2,200. It will be partially furnished. So if you know anyone, oh, and it is very close to American University. So if you have any friends that have anyone moving to the DC area, we'd like a 12-month lease. I don't think we can do short term because of the HOA in the building. If you want more information, please call me 562-370-5574. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks, Penny. Thank you. Kelly.
Good morning. Kelly Lopes, and I have a new listing that is going active on market tomorrow. So it's
Congrats.
coming soon right now. It's a little house on a little lot, and it's priced great. So
Good.
it's over in Wrigley, which is in West Long Beach. And if your clients buy it, they will be my neighbor. So not right next door, but very close. Anyway, it's a 1,000 square foot, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. It's on a 2,600 square foot lot, but it has a really nice side deck and backyard. It's nice and private. It's a single family home. It was completely renovated. It was flipped in 2019 before the current owners bought it, and the list price is $710.
Ooh, that's
So
a good one.
it's gonna be hot. And I'm gonna be very
Yeah,
busy
gonna be
this
popular.
weekend.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to see if there are any mentees who need to do follows,
Great. Yeah,
because this
we'll
would be
connect you
so
with some
any
people.
mentees that need to do follows, like they have their 3 follows they need to complete, this would be a great opportunity. I'm a micromanager. I'll run everything. You'll just get to be there and get the experience. Oh, it's all true. And then yeah, question. It does.
Oh,
1 car.
but that's a good price.
like barely.
Garage.
No, it's a
Yeah.
great little house, and honestly, like it's got inside laundry, full-size washer dryer, and they're moving to another country, so all the appliances stay.
Oh, that's great.
Removal.
I know.
It does not, but did I mention that if whoever buys it will have a really excellent catty corner neighbor, which is me. And I do have a white cat, but that's not really snow. Anyway, okay, so house coming on the market
Great.
this weekend, looking for mentees that would like to join me. And then I have 2 buyers that I am working with that are looking for something in the Alamitos Beach, Belmont Heights, downtown-ish area. They're looking for a nice like 3-2 or even like a 2-2 with an ADU. And one of them has a budget up to about 1.1, and the other one has a budget up to 1.8. And yes, we've seen everything that's on the market, and we actually missed out on that super cute house on Gladys. So anyway, nice house near the beach, at least 2-2 on the main residence. Best if it has a primary suite, and then an ADU. I've got 2 buyers ready to go.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's 2048 Golden Avenue is the 2-1 that's coming on the market tomorrow. 2048 Golden. It's in South Wrigley.
That's awesome. Thank you. Congrats, Kelly. Okay, who else? Listings to pitch, buyer needs. Larry.
Guys, I need something, or I have a buyer for Naples or Belmont Park up to 2.5 over 2,000 square feet. And if you're looking at the market right now, I think a lot of you are seeing a lot of price reductions happening. But the ones that come up that are really good, like the Toledo, there's one that Andy Carter on the Toledo, multiple offers already. So, and this buyer's not particularly signed to anybody because they've got burnt in the past, but they're ready to go. So if you see that, I know it's get the buyer thing signed, get it signed, but it's also worth, like, if one of you guys has a listing for me, bring it over to me, and it's like, you know what, we'll get the deal done today. So Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Larry. Anyone else? Janet.
Hey, it's Stephanie Stan. So I have a buyer that is looking in the 90815 community, single family, single story, 3+, 2+, room to build, older if it needs help. It's okay. Not necessarily a house that's been flipped unless it's been flipped by someone who was planning on living in it, but you know how the construction goes with that. And they're looking anywhere from 950 to 1.5.
Thanks, Steph.
Thank you.
All right. Janet.
Okay, a few things. I have a buyer in Turtle Rock. I saw the expression on your face. He's very interested. So if you're ready to let go of that, your wife and me can talk. I also have my listing in the International Tower is going live either today or probably tomorrow, or Friday at the latest. And it is gorgeous, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Joni can.
I saw it, it's great.
Yeah, it's pristine perfection. Huh? 16th floor, direct ocean facing. You can see the fireworks, the Grand Prix, you'll be able to see 2 events at the Olympics from the balcony. You can see sunsets. It's absolutely, the views are incredible, and you see the ocean, and it's just turnkey inside. Every detail has been taken care of. It's going on as a starting price at $975, and I hope to see it go soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Janet.
Parking, there's 2 dedicated parking spots. The HOA. Okay, hold your seats. It's 1,086 a month, which is not bad for downtown right now.
Yeah.
It hurts, but it could be worse. So, and you've got the community clubhouse type of thing. You've got meeting rooms. You've got all kinds of Olympic-sized pool. You've got it all there. It's resort living. So
resort living.
So I'm going to post a video of it probably today on the KW site,
Awesome.
Facebook page. So
Congrats, Janet.
yeah, look at the video and then send it out to everybody.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, guys. Anyone else? Okay, let's bring up our affiliate partners. Alex, come on up here, Alex.
It does look like me. Yes, sort of. White shirts, blue or white shirts are usually what I wear. Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. We are seeing a little pullback in some rates today. CPI came out and it was a little higher than expected. So just energy prices are really what's driving rates up. Interest rates kind of 6.25 on the 30-year fixed. Yeah. A little bit under 6 on the FHA, and the jumbo's right there, mid 6s. Finance news, CPI, jobs report came out last week. 115,000 jobs were added, and unemployment 4.3%. What else is going on? New Fed chair is probably taking over pretty soon. Kevin Warsh, no more Powell talk. Kind of cool, right? We've been talking about him for a long time, so he's probably gone next couple days, and Kevin Warsh is going to get confirmed. The president's going to China to try to figure out this Iran thing. That's what we really need for rates. We really need it to calm down out there, and we'll see them come back down. But right now, it's just not calm enough. So they're spiking a little bit. But as far as loans are concerned, I'm doing a lot of home equity lines right now. Clients with those lower first mortgages need to add an ADU for one of Kelly's clients, right? Let's get that client to get a HELOC, add an ADU, Kelly's client will buy it. It's easy. And yeah, we're in, right? So keep me in mind if you have those conversations with your past clients and they're talking about a renovation project. They're talking about paying for college. They're talking about money being tight, which is a pretty common conversation, but they have $500,000 of equity. Rates are at prime right now for those, 6.75. Okay, pretty low. So, and they're interest only payments, so they won't really feel them that bad. That's better than a credit card, right? I can help them with those. The other one that's a unique transaction I'm doing right now is a client for Drake where it's a mother-daughter buying the house. The mother's credit score is much better than the daughter's credit score. We get to use the mother's credit score because she makes more money. So if you ever have a file where there's a primary wage earner that might not be living in the house or that might have the better credit score, keep that in mind because that really impacts the rate, right? The daughter's credit score is 640, the mom's was 800. The rate is much better with that 800 score, which we can use. So any of those unique situations, that's why I'm here. I'm up front. Would really love to work with y'all. Thanks so much.
That was awesome. Thank you, Alex. Thank you. All right, I don't see Sarah back there. Okay, next up, Kevin Kelly team. Come on up here, Kevin.
Quick. I think it's kind of, we've been in the same market, right? Condos are still moving. Multifamily. But here are three things that I've come across in the last week or so that we got to remember because they seem to be working. Okay. Number one, when you take a listing, have us pull the last 6 transfers in the same tract. Because like yesterday, I did this and the property was in Inglewood. And of the 6 sales, one entity, one LLC bought 4. So they just reached out to the LLC and they're in escrow, right? They're looking for property in that particular tract. Same thing if we have a big house, right? We just did this on a 5 and 4, right? Because those are really rare. And if they're all 1 story, we run all the 1 story, 5 bedrooms. Who's buying? Board and care companies, right? So we can do our own due diligence before we open it up to the MLS and double end that. So that's my first suggestion. And we can do that for you. It takes like 5 minutes. I look at the deeds. I tell you what the trend is. Drake and I have spoken about this. And it was surprising. Like you were surprised by the trend. So was I. Who knew that everyone you've purchased from or used you as Chinese, right? In the last 2 years. So there's one. The other one we've gotten away from, before it hits the MLS, invite the neighbors in. You're going to sell it. And what we want is not so much if they want to buy it, but who they think the buyer is. Because we have to remember, we live in this weird, insulated real estate world where we only talk to each other. We should be caring about what the consumer wants. What the neighbor thinks of that house and who they think is going to be their neighbor is as important as what the seller thinks. So those are my things. We're around. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Kevin and Darian and Mario. I don't think, is Brandy around the corner? Is she? Oh, okay, good.
There you go.
Hey, Brandy.
Hello. I'm always around the corner.
That's what I thought. I just want to meet her.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm going to ask you guys a question that you guys ask me all the time. How much should you put in the RPA for the home warranty? What'd you say, Brandy? I prefer Brandy's. Go ahead. What'd you say? 850? 850? Who else got a number for me? 800, 500? Okay. I'm sorry, Penny, what'd you say? I'll touch on that. That's great. Topic to bring up. Anyone else have yes, Mike? No, I'm looking for a price, but you're in that area. Thank you. Okay. I love to hear that you guys are in the $800 range, but I rarely see that on the RPA. Okay. And so that is what I would suggest is to start high. I'd say start like around 865. And the reason is I know I've said this a million times before, but when you guys put upgraded plan $500, I just need to know what does that mean, right? Because today's home warranty plans have at least 3 to 4 upgraded plan options, right? So our first upgraded plan that is the most popular is our comprehensive plan, and that is $595. But the reason that I tell you to ask for $865, which is the enhanced plus plan, is if they try and get you to come down, you're coming down to the number one other upgraded plan at $595, right? So just keep that in mind. But I want you guys to think about what's in the house, what applies to who and where. You know, a home warranty in Naples may not look like a home warranty in Lakewood. And no shade to Lakewood, but there's different appliances, different things. So you want to think about what's in the house. Call me and tell me about the house, and I'll tell you where to be. You can give me any amount and tell me specific things you need, and I'll get you to that amount to get you what you want. But Penny also brings up another thing, square footage. When we care about square footage is at 5,000 square feet and above. So if it is over 5,000 square feet, there does need to be a specialized quote for you when it comes to that. We're going to need to know the square footage of the house, and we're going to need to know the year that it was built. The other time square footage comes into play is when we're talking about ADUs, mother-in-law suites, and casitas, right? And we see a lot of those in this area now. So that would be like the charge of the single family residence, and then the ADU. We need to know if it's over 750 square feet or under. That is the difference in pricing. That is not the same thing, guys. So a ADU and a single family residence, 2 on a lot per se, that is not the same thing as a duplex, right? So anytime you get into the multi-unit area, call me so I know that you have the right coverage, okay? And that also goes for Leisure World. The Leisure World plan is nothing of the same as the regular plan, okay? We cap out highest top end of the line plan at $355 at Leisure World, okay? All right, guys, have a great day.
Awesome. Thanks, Brandy.
Well done.
When in doubt, call Brandy. All right, Simon's going to go over the buyer early occupation addendum. So the car form, remember, every single Friday at 10:30 is our broker classes. No matter what he's going over, you definitely want to make sure you put that on your calendar. But this one is going to be a good one about the IOA. And then, so Drake and I were just talking the other day, and a part of what I love about our office is about group accountability, right? How many of you guys write note cards in here? Birthday, thank you, thought of you, great. How many of you guys should have sent a note card when maybe you didn't send a note card? Yeah, okay. So we talked about being group accountable together. So on May 21st, here in the bullpen, once a month, Drakey, and this month is May 21st, Drakey and I are going to be in here, and we're going to be writing cards to the people we know, love, and clients, etc. Now, if you come, bring your own cards, because again, this is a group accountability session, but Drake and I have offered to give you guys some stamps for those cards that you're writing and getting ready to mail out during that session. So if you guys come, bring your cards, bring your pen, we're gonna have a good time. Think about this as your accountability session. Hey, I'm doing it, I'm writing cards, I'm gonna do it fun, and I'm gonna do it together in the bullpen. Janet. Oh, great. And Janet's going to bring some cards. And if you guys too have cards you want to bring and donate, that would be great. That's awesome. Thanks, Janet. But again, think of it as fun. We're going to be producers just sitting in the bullpen, writing cards, doing what we need to do once a month. And this month it's going to be on May 21st. So all are welcome. All right. Just a reminder, we've got our Zillow pre-listing, our Zillow preview stuff that's happening. So if you guys have more questions on that, please reach out to me or Doug. Beyond that, thank you very much for all being here. Have a good rest of your Tuesday.